how do you look at a comprehensive level at this, this very touching event that we have just witnessed between, the French and the Indian government? Obviously, like I always say, that these interactions are not transactional in nature. However, they come up with transactions which benefit both the nations in a very subtle and a very astute and in a very friendly manner. That is by far the best spectacle of diplomacy.
Yes, absolutely. I must say that this visit by Prime Minister Modi to France is one in a series of visits, but it's added many, many layers to the cooperation and the future perspective of the cooperation between our two countries. I think India and France have this very special approach of strategic autonomy in foreign affairs. I think we share that. We share that very strongly. And France has always been a country that has sought to find its own way in international affairs, and so has India, always looking at the respective interests of their own nations, but finding the way together for mutual benefit and for the future interests of the people. I think France has had this very special approach towards India, and even when Jacques Chirac was the president of France, that was when he had first spoken about the special strategic partnership between India and France, and it was one of the first strategic partnerships that we worked out. And we've also had this even when other countries like where after Pokhran 2 test, many countries shunned India, but then the French were ones who did not, who understood the reasons, and they were even present there at the next Republic Day after that. I think this visit, the present visit, is really one of those. It's a very strong marker in the very historic pathway of the relations between India and France. I think the AI summit yesterday was very special. A Prime Minister's speech there was very special because he pointed out that AI is not something that we need to be scared of, but something that we need to work with. We shouldn't think about AI as losing jobs for people, but we should think of AI as a technology that will create different kinds of jobs. So you need to skill and reskill the people and carry forward your own development, taking in mind the views of the needs of AI. And I think he also said a very important thing about the need for green energy, because for the use of AI, you need huge amounts of energy, and green energy has to be in the front of this effort. And this was I think, a very significant point that he made. So his speech was very well received, and we've seen many excellent comments on it. Even the Vice President of USA, Vice President J.D. Vance, made a very favorable reference to our Prime Minister's speech. It was indeed path-breaking, and I think the achievements of the AI summit, and India is going to host the next one. This is also very important that this has happened, and India will also be able to play its role in carrying forward. India and France in the field of green energy, we've worked together on the International Solar Alliance that is based in Delhi. And President Macron has always been a great supporter, and he was here at the inaugural, and he's always been very strong on this. So it shows another area, another side of the multifaceted cooperation between our two countries. And then today in Marseille, the very touching visit to the Mazargues War Cemetery and the recalling of the memory of the soldiers who martyred their lives, who gave up their lives and martyred themselves during the First and Second World War. And then also the reference to Veer Savarkar. I mean, it's a point of history that many people perhaps do not know about. It's not often written about. That Veer Savarkar he made a courageous escape from the ship which was carrying him from London to India. And many people in France, many activists in Marseille did not want that he should be handed back to the British authorities, but ultimately the French did hand him back, and this was opposed by many citizens of Marseille. And so it shows another aspect of, even during our freedom struggle, how Veer Savarkar made a courageous escape, and he was helped by some of the citizens of people living in Marseille. And I think the futuristic 10-point agenda that has come out is the futuristic view that we're going to have. The defense deals are really significant. The Rafale M for the Navy, for the aircraft carriers, and the Scorpion are really very important additions. 90,000 crores is a huge sum of money, but I think it's a good value for money, and we look forward. And the transfer of technology aspect is very important. Not many countries are willing to do that. And France has once more shown its willingness to trust India with the transfer of technology and joint production, joint defense productions for the future. I think the people to people, the next year, the business forum was very good, very well dressed. And also the Indian startups participating in the French startup setup, and so many aspects. So it shows that France is willing to open all its areas for collaboration with India, and I think there's been a